Hey, welcome to the Music Connection. This is Tony Martinez with Corpus Christi Events Calendar. And I am here with Tess and
Jim.
That's right. I'm sorry. I was thinking Randy in my head. I'm like, that's not Randy from the last episode. But Tess and Jim from Third Coast Bookings. And of course, you're also known as
Riptide Cowboy.
Yeah, that's right.
A stage name.
He looks the part too. Of course, this episode is brought to you by Prime IV Hydration, coming soon to Corpus Christi, and we'll have more information about them. So if you're looking for wellness, hydration, all sorts of good stuff for your body and your health, Prime IV is the place to go. So stay tuned for more information about them. In the meantime, let's get this thing going. So thank you guys so much for being part of the show.
Thank you for having us.
As far as Third Coast Bookings, now I've known you because you've been so great at sending information about the bookings in the area, and which is a huge help for me because before you came along and gave me a good size list of several venues, I was having to go individually to each. I'd have to check the Anchor, I'd have to check Sandbox, I'd have to check all the above.
Right.
And you handle that. And from what I heard from others, you've been a godsend to the area because there hasn't been anybody like you until Third Coast came along.
Correct.
All right. So tell me first of all, what does Third Coast Bookings do?
I'm going to let Jim take this one.
Well, what it does is it's a conduit between the venues and the musicians.
Okay.
So as you eloquently alluded to, there was no one person or no entity that put those together. It was hit or miss. People always were wanting to know where the venues were, who was having the live music, and who was actually playing, so that they could plan their evenings, who they wanted to see, who they wanted to follow.
Sure.
So it's just hit and miss. So Third Coast Bookings evolved simply organically through some open mics that Tess and I were hosting. Musicians were coming in, and she started to talk to them and say, hey, where are you playing next? And they would tell us in the open mics and promote their own music.
Mm-hmm.
And she, being the sponge for information, started gathering all that mentally and said, I think we should put something together. And I do have to give a shout out to Kelly Kenning, who is a local musician from Alice. He's been around for a long time, well known. He was a very good friend with Johnny Rodriguez, and rest in peace, Johnny. And basically encouraged Tess to do this. And so it just started growing and organically, and she is so organized and so driven and goal driven that it just became a business. Just one day you look up and she's booking artists and venues.
Right. And when did this officially start?
So we started Third Coast Events itself in 2023.
Yes.
Or 2024. 23.
At the end of 23. Yes.
And it was more beach events. We would do weddings, funerals, engagements, graduation parties on the beach. That's a lot of logistics that go in beforehand, but then the day of was just a lot of back-breaking work in the heat, on the beach, fighting all the elements. And I was great with it because I wasn't doing any of that back-breaking work. But my workhorse here enjoyed playing music and just kind of bridging the gap in between Kelly and Randy Hopper, actually having me get him a few gigs when he was down here last September, October. It just I've seen venues post on social media, I need a band tonight. And they get inundated with messages. Can't keep up with who said what and where.
Then you don't even know if they're good or not.
Right. Exactly. So it kind of started just quote unquote booking with a few venues that we knew on Padre Island with about 9 artists. And just kind of grew it from there, and kind of a learn by doing situation. I'm not a booking agent. I'm not a management company. Just trying to bridge the gap between the venues and the musicians.
Taking a lot of stress off a lot of the venue managers.
Sure.
They can concentrate on what they do. Good food, good atmosphere, good service,
Right.
and then letting Tess handle all the music.
Right. Well, like today, for example, you said I had on the calendar Randall Hunt was supposed to be at Sandbox, and they just call you, say, hey, he's not going to do it. You filled it in, took care of it.
Yeah, that today. Sandbox, we actually did, I believe, the day before yesterday. I didn't update the list. Docs, the GAF, a few different places have reached out. We had a cancellation. We need somebody. Who can you get? Give them options based on their genre, their price range, and the availability of all 91 musicians that are signed up now for Third Coast bookings.
Dear Lord, they can't all be
No.
That's the beauty of it. People want to come down here and play on to share their talents. And quite frankly, people are hungry for that down here. Different genres, not just country or not just pop or anything like that.
Right.
Reggae. She booked somebody. He's originally from
Puerto Rico. Ali
Oh, wow.
Velasquez
Yeah.
Velasco. He's actually back in Puerto Rico right
I
now.
noticed that a couple when you first met. I was like,
Yeah.
that's a new name, So
And so Ali played a few gigs. Yeah, Marshall Street Ice House and Arenzas Pass. He's down in Puerto Rico right now. Took some business cards with him to help promote Third Coast bookings.
Right.
We have a band that's playing at Sandbox, I believe, on Friday the 17th. And I'm sorry, guys, if I butcher the band name. It's Rinkinkaya. Yeah, and which is a Puerto Rican term, but they're going to be playing over there for the Latin night that Sandbox is having. So another,
That's which night?
I believe it's Friday the 17th. Yes. And I have them booked at Fajitaville as well. They were a hit at Fajitaville. So different genres. I'm obviously a country music fan, but as long as he doesn't sing Nickelback, we're good.
All right, we'll touch on that. But yeah, mental note. We're coming back to that. All right, so you got that going because I do kind of remember, obviously with the calendar, and I did weddings before as a photographer pre-COVID. I always had the calendar in one form or another, but I understand where you're coming from on wedding days. I mean, it is chaos.
Yes.
So there's always need for there, but it's interesting how you transition into music from that, which I'm sure is probably, I don't want to say easier because now you've got 90 people to feed, in a sense, and all these venues to take care of. So it's a different kind of chaos, but you like it clearly.
It's a different kind of chaos. With the weddings, events in general, we were extremely blessed to have some close friends that my photographer, Chasing Sunshine, is out there on Padre. She's showed up and helped so many events, not venues, wrong hat. By Mandy Floral and Decor. She was my florist for the majority of our weddings, maybe with the exception of 2. And her husband, Royce, came out and would help put up chairs, Nueces County Party Rentals, with bringing out chairs and tables and just coordinating everything.
Helping me dig. All that work that would go into a wedding. Sometimes we would like, God, it's hot. We're doing this and that. But afterwards, it was always so rewarding.
Yeah.
It really was.
When you see the response from the guests and all that.
Exactly.
So that's awesome. Now, is this your full-time thing now, or do you guys have other gigs going on too?
So we both actually, I'm working for Jim works out at Alice, but is sells.
Taught school for 12 years in Orangeville before that.
Wow. What kind of, what grade level?
I taught chemistry.
Physics. Oh, like the easy stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Wow.
That's how.
And so on top of Third Coast events, the subsidiary originally was Third Coast Songwriters. We'll touch on that in just a second, which propelled into Third Coast bookings because we saw the need for it. I just graduated with my bachelor's degree. I took 6 classes last semester. I was able to
18.
graduate with my master's degree while recovering from back surgery. Recovering from a major back surgery. I had just totaled my vehicle during finals.
That's from what the back surgery was?
Nope. That was before that. I had a horrible back. at the back,
Okay.
had the back of an 80-year-old man. Thank you, Dr. Sear. My car accident did not hurt my back. I totaled my vehicle. I was bruised and everything all over, but I was standing up immediately after the accident.
Thank the Lord for
Handling.
him screwed.
Yeah, exactly. I talked Jim into going back to school for his master's as well. So he's currently a student.
Master's.
In school administration.
Oh, wow. So you still want to get back into that?
I'm going to go back after graduate and become a school principal for a few years.
That's cool. But music's always going to be a part.
Absolutely. I think it's going to give us more time
Yeah.
because I really enjoy it. And I play guitar and sing, but I also play fiddle. And,
Oh, wow.
yes. And I started taking lessons from Dr. Jose Flores from Texas A&M Corpus Christi about 4 years ago, but he's moved on to a different university. Very sweet, dear man. Still plays with the Corpus Christi Orchestra, Symphony Orchestra here. So if you want to get to have a fine night of entertainment, check out when the Corpus Christi Orchestra is in town.
Yes.
And we got Dr. Jose Flores, the third chair violinist, I believe, is with right now.
That's cool. That's cool. And then, so you're going to school too, and then working else?
I graduated. I work at Kansas right now doing the booking and stuff on the side. It's just connecting chess pieces and bridging that gap.
Okay.
When I had moved to this side of the state, I lived with my parents for a little bit, got my own house. I was determined to be single, providing for myself, and a cowboy walked into the bar in the middle of August at Hard Knocks. Thank you, Rod and Michelle. Which is also Rod on the Anchor and Fajitaville as well. So we of course are booking for these venues. But it was at Hard Knocks that a cowboy walked into the bar.
And how long was this?
About 3 years ago.
3 years coming August.
Okay. So she's sitting at the bar by yourself or with
With some
friends?
friends.
With some friends.
I was momming the situation.
Okay,
I love you guys.
So first.
I saw him walk in first. We all saw him walk in and sit down. And well, then my friend Jessica has a very loud voice, and he sat down, a little bit down the bar. And did he order wine? Just shut the whole place down. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't approach me. I guess I intimidated him. We got up and left. And of course, I had my back issues in. So I waddled out to my car and told my friend Kayla, I said, will you go give him my number? She said, who? I said, that cowboy. He's not your type.
Friend walked in. I still have that little note
Oh, wow.
on the refrigerator. Yeah.
That is so, that's so cute. Yeah.
So for our first date, we went to another little local dive bar on the island. And that wasn't open mic, right? It was just a karaoke.
But Carl was very instrumental in our early relationship. It was either the first or second date we had that bit. And he was playing some guitar. I asked him if I could play a song. Just kind of became friends and started playing together. So we've played some music. We just played together at the Anchor this last Saturday. Yeah. 4th of July. That one.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to Carl being on your podcast. He's going to be very
well. Same
the
here.
Silver Surfer.
Okay, I remember you mentioned that. Yeah. So where'd the name Riptide Cowboy come from?
So I gave him that moniker. Yellowstone was really big fan favorite type thing. And
I grew up in Kingsville, and I went to the beach quite often when I was young and surfed a little bit. So I've always been tied to the coast. So just kind of melted into that. And she said, I've got to stay.
He looks like Rip. So I was like, I should call you Riptide Cowboy, kind of merge the two worlds together. People literally don't even know his name. They just call him Rip. But people call me Beth, and I just answer to it. I don't know if you've seen Yellowstone at all or the Dutch.
So I don't have a chance to watch it. Oh, although actually, I'm sorry. It is Paramount, isn't it? Because I did get it to watch Landman.
Yes.
Which I got hooked onto that because I knew it was the same creator, Taylor Sheridan. So I've been trying to, watch all those shows. And I don't want to watch it until I see the other ones. It's a lot of shows. I have to admit.
So now the new one that just got ranch, just Rip in Texas. And
I understood that. I like it.
I like the clips I saw on social media. I mean, they're always like, man, that's a good show. And so I was like, I can't believe I'm subscribing to watch Landman, because I'm thinking, what kind of show is this going to be about oil fields? You know, and he's probably that. He's laughing, you know. And then you listen to the dialogue. He's like, this guy's knows to write some stuff, you know.
He does.
So
show both sides of the political spectrum and just touches on all of it. So understanding it. Yeah.
He's pretty neat.
So it's interesting. But other than the music, what else keeps you guys busy, or is it basically every night?
Work, school,
Work. She was at the
family.
computer doing bookings and everything yesterday evening, second class
For this 5
for the
weeks.
students for 5 week semester. So that keeps me busy. And she's right across the room from me at the computer doing her stuff. And,
Right.
you know, warms me up some supper and brings it right there. And then I click off so where they can't see where I'm eating, you know, and listening.
Yeah.
So we just help each other
It's
out.
very much a team
Yeah.
situation. I don't
Yeah.
get out of bed in the morning until my coffee's been delivered. So it kind of works out. You know,
It's a given.
I
Yeah.
had to cook. She doesn't.
I burn water.
She actually proved that.
Really?
Yeah. And she broke my first air fryer there. I don't know what she did to it either, but one day she came in and said, it's
You were out
smoking.
of town, so I had to
Yeah.
cook myself dinner.
Yeah. And she said,
Jake,
is this thing supposed to be smoking like that?
Yeah.
But the next day, because she has everything ordered
Right.
before
love
I even
the
think
fridge.
about it. So she had another one there, a cute story. She said, "Where's your green car?" I said, well, of course, a 1979 Midnight Blue Trans Am.
Oh,
And
it's
she had one there for me the next day.
you were kidding me.
It was a Model one,
Oh, okay.
the exact car that I mentioned. I don't
Right.
know how you remember
He just
that.
got to the point. He's like, I'm going to stop telling you if I like something or want something. So
Just
I'll
that-
be here the next day. That's just what I do. I see something and I jump on it and try and handle the situation. You prepare, you schedule,
Okay.
you plan.
I haven't seen your friends at the bar when you met him. So
Single mom. Linda just moved here from El Paso a few
Mhm.
years ago, but she's taken. Kayla's a single mom, but Sugar, she's a baker. Her and her sister own Wednesday's Coffee in Flower Bluff. Actually, I'm sorry. I think Carrie owns Wednesday's Coffee. Kayla has 920 Cookie Co. Best cookies you will ever have. It's next to the Olympia House on, I believe it's Waldron.
that's right by our house.
There you go. So Wednesday's Coffee is in that shopping center.
That's their place.
Yes. And my friend Kayla is the baker. She's always there early. She has to get the boys to school. We'll circle back on it.
Yeah, of course, but we'll think of something.
Something-
Yeah, catch Kayla. Okay. Yeah, or hey, have you twirled lately?
Daughter's a twirler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
On twirler.
Okay.
She has
Oh,
two boys.
ask her if she's enjoying the World Cup because she plays soccer.
Oh,
She's
okay.
adult soccer.
Yeah.
Oh, Trey is like, aren't you in the World Cup?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, then I see you there.
Okay.
Yeah.
She plays it
You helped the USA
Right.
get
Okay.
the final.
All right. So, like, what's a decision that you made in your life, a small one that you thought at the time that made a huge impact for you?
Oh, my first?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because mine will all make me cry. So. Oh, yeah.
A decision I made in my life.
Yeah, so, a small decision,
Okay.
or at least you thought it was small at the time.
You know, I don't think I have very many small decisions.
That
Most of
makes
them were pretty big.
A good
you know,
turning
big,
point. Yeah.
Big moves, small
Well, name one of those. Like I know with Randy, he said joining the military, getting out of school.
Well, maybe a small decision that blossomed that I didn't really think was even going to take off was my decision to start taking violin lessons.
Oh, okay.
Just for myself because I wanted to enjoy that.
Mhm.
And I was never able to do that earlier. So one day I was riding home with my sister from Kingsville, helping my mom, and both our daughters, she has 3 daughters, and my daughter are accomplished pianists. They took from local pianist Manuela Schul that lives in Corpus here,
Okay.
and Nina Droth, who
Mhm.
is a very, very influential pianist here in Corpus Christi.
Okay.
So they're well accomplished. So I was just joking with her. I said, I'd really like to start taking some violin lessons. She goes, well, let me call Nina right now and get you somebody that she would recommend. The first thing, Nina, and she's from Poland.
Oh, wow.
She has a really deep, thick accents, but just such a beautiful woman, just loves children. She actually gave my sister a mini grand piano.
Oh, wow.
She loves those.
That's not a small
Oh,
thing.
no, it's not. Yeah. And then Manuela Schul is from Spain. So they're just such dear ladies. So the first thing that Nina Droth said, in her thick Polish accent, why do you want to play violin? You need to play piano, And I said, well, because I like the violin. No, you need to play piano. Well, do you have a name? Yes, I will give you a name. And that's when she gave me Dr. Jose Flores.
Okay.
And I contacted him. And of course, that's kind of funny too, because when he wasn't just taking anybody as students, And he said, well, let's meet real quick and I'll ask you some questions. So I'll walk in. I obviously look like a fiddle player, not a violinist, right? And he goes,
It depends on
wait
the
a
shoes.
minute. Do you want to play violin? He said, no, I think you want to play fiddle. I said, well, is that okay? He said, oh, I'll teach you some things. So, but I wanted to learn classically, so I took a few years with him and he gave me a good foundation. So now I just rip it apart and play, fiddle.
And now, is that part of your performances now?
Yes,
Playing the fiddle?
yes. And I play background for other artists,
hard.
like tonight.
It's hard to play the fiddle and sing.
Yeah, it's hard. I've actually had a guitar that I'm playing, and then I'll try to pick up a fiddle and I'll do that a little bit and put it up. And it's a little hard.
But when there's somebody else's show,
like tonight, I may go join Randy if I go over there early enough, and he'll play some country songs.
He's played.
Yeah, I told my kids we'd probably go pop on by.
Darren McGill said he's not allowed to come out and watch him if he doesn't bring his fiddle. So
he's another interesting musician that you probably love to have.
Yeah, eventually we'll get to everybody.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah,
just let me know.
Gotcha. And now what?
So that was my decision.
That's a good one. And how are you going to make us cry?
I decided on one that's not super sentimental, but I have two boys that are named after guns.
Okay.
So Colt and Ruger.
Oh,
yeah. So my little sister started doing shotgun competitions in El Paso with a shotgun, trap and skeet, when she was, I believe, she was 8. And I was 8 years older. I was 16, boy crazy, didn't pay attention. So fast forward, I get married, I have kids. They want to follow in my sister's footsteps. So we got involved with the local 4-H and the local shotgun range. Their coach at the time was moving away. So that left no coach. So the kids could not have sanctioned state 4-H practices. I went to coach's clinic to become a shotgun coach. I went to archery clinic to become an archery coach, having never held a bow and arrow in my life.
Right.
Has nasty bruises from learning how to shoot that. I have had so many of my 4-H babies just excel throughout the shooting sports program in general. My own 2 boys got to go to college on shooting sports scholarships through Texas Trap Shooters Association, which is a subsidiary, I guess, of the ATA, which is a national organization. My little sister that got her start there in El Paso shooting shotgun actually made it to the Olympic team. She's been to Slovenia, Beijing. So shooting sports. My sister got into it before me. I trained my kids and their friends and everybody growing up. But my sister had gone through and aged out of the program before, but we knew about it because of her and my father, who's a USA shooting coach. And so I'm just a 4-H coach, volunteer for Texas Parks and Wildlife, hunter education, but shooting sports itself, just having my kids do something that my little sister had done was, just kind of took a step towards it, ended up running the entire program for almost 15 years before they aged out and I moved across the state. Definitely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And every single one of those 4-H kiddos are my babies, been invited to weddings, baby showers, and the whole 9 yards. So
yeah, to date, we have not gone dove hunting yet together because I feel like I'm going to be intimidated and I'll probably not be able to hit as many as she can.
But just last week we were in San Antonio at the National Shooting Complex for the ATA state shoot.
Okay.
So both my boys, like I said, are in college. One's graduated. One was in college on shooting sports scholarships. One's a hunting guide, just shooting in general, kind of molded their lives. And yeah. So once again, something that I saw a gap that needed to be handled. I guess like
Yeah.
where we're at right now with Third Coast.
One question I have for you, like, what is like probably the biggest challenge that you face, let's say when you're dealing with a new venue and showing them or teaching them how you operate? And because I would imagine there's got to be venues that call you that maybe you don't want to work with,
Not
or
yet.
or that they're just difficult or maybe don't know what they're doing, kind of thing.
No venues that fall into that category yet. I was kind of just pushing to get our open mic family, about, I don't know, 15 musicians, just a gig at this location or that location,
Right.
trying to get Riptide Cowboy booked, and kind of fell into it with, those venue owners or managers posting, I need a gig for tonight.
Mhm.
I've got 9 people. What are you looking for? And
Yeah.
it just kind of worked out that way. Sandbox, Kunal, thank you. Rich Lockhart had just passed away. And so
Yeah.
Kunal asked if I would take over booking because Rich was doing it.
Right.
And so I was able to really grow Third Coast bookings and learn musicians. And I mean, I knew some about musicians, but the fact that you can't have one band stop at 5 and one start at 5. They need time to break down and set
yeah.
up. And, just being able to explain that it's an outdoor venue. So you have to look at the weather and plan for that.
You've aligned the venues and the musicians as far as compensation. And
Sure.
she's done real well as far as bridging that gap, and so that there's an even flow and it's positive instead of negative and going back and forth.
Mhm.
So she's done real well at actually compiling what musicians expect to be paid
Mhm.
and the different levels, because certainly there's different levels of talent out there.
Sure.
And some that will almost play for free because they want to get the music out there. They want to get exposed. They want the stage time, just to build their own brand and their following.
Right.
And for a lot of people have come to our open mics as well and never played on stage, but they're talented to
Yeah.
get over that and give them confidence. So she's done real well at matching the level of talent with how much the pay scale is.
Right.
And then comically, I would say she's had some, I'm not going to mention any names here, but she'll have an artist and they're like, I'll take $600 an hour. Well, good luck, because you're probably going to be singing in your shower for a while.
Yeah.
Because not anybody's, it's just, the venue still has to make money.
Of course.
And that's one other point. She is so good about being cognizant of the venue itself. Why is that music being there? It's to entertain and to, it is to make money, to sell drinks.
So let's talk about the business aspect of it, since you bring that up. So, one thing I'd like to point out, which I think is brilliant that you're doing, because I've been to open mics and thinking, oh man, that person's got talent, but you never see them do anything with it, because I remember David, what's his last name? I can't remember his last name right now, but we're still friends. But I saw him when no, he's not really doing anything right now, as far as I know. But he performed at A&M Corpus when they had their first Corpus Christi got Idol competition. This was a few years back.
Oh, okay.
Like I want to say 2012, 13, something like that. And oh my God, this kid could sing.
Yeah.
And so I got him. I had asked him to appear in some events that we were hosting, but and then he ended up getting regular gigs. But I was like, how does somebody like that, how do you find? Well, the point being, it's brilliant that you guys use the open mics to find that talent and then get them bookings. All right. So what kind of scale do you decide? Do you take into account what the venue, what their revenue is normally, with or without entertainment? Or
for open mics, we do. It's kind of a standing policy that we had that, we charge the set amount for 3 hours. But we're going to check with everybody first. If we're not going to have a good turnout because it's Super Bowl Sunday or there's a hurricane coming in or it's the 4th of July and nobody wants to leave their house right now because of tourists, we're going to cancel that open mic. So we don't want to charge the venue
Right.
if they're not going to make any money.
Absolutely.
Right.
And so that's been kind of the standing policy between, it was Calypso with Marcy, Calypso Drive and Dive, the old Sonic on Park Road 22, which is now Honey's. Tracy and Dee are doing a great job. It's amazing. Brand new stage over there. So they've been starting real slow with live music. Just so many friends. So that's what I was going to get at. I don't have any complaints about venues yet. My complaint about musicians is that they will not text me or email me back. If I send you an email, email me. If I text you, text me. Don't call me because I'm not going to answer. If you want to talk to someone on the phone, I've got my assistant right here. Yeah.
Have you had anybody that kind of started off with y'all? I know it's only been a couple years, but that's really blown up.
So we've only been doing music since booking-ish since March. But Philip Dean, we met him, saw him for the first time at an open mic. I believe it was, I think he had come out once before to either Mickey Bob's or Carl's open mics, or we had seen him at the Acoustic Social.
Yes, the acoustic.
So it was so there's a family on the island that does an acoustic social at their home and has people come through that. So once again, it's another family thing. So Alan and Gay are amazing. Kurtzens. So Philip is their next door neighbor. I think we saw him sing the first time when he was 14. He's 16 now. He's got sideburns. And so when you hear his voice, the songs that he writes are amazing. He has his own originals, some on radio, but he can also sing Johnny Cash and Elvis like you wouldn't believe. So he's got a great voice, and he can pick that guitar. So I try and promote and push everybody to all the venue. I mean, any venue that's going to support live music deserves support to begin with.
It is kind of surprising because she's in the background doing all this stuff, and the artists are like, "Oh, okay," because she said, "Oh yeah, you're playing at this place, this
right." No, like,
oh, okay, I am. I think it kind of surprised Philip too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and his parents are really, because being still in school and everything. His parents support.
Well, good.
So we go from that to Randy Hopper and Kelly Kenning, who've been to Nashville, have records, have their own songs.
Yeah.
Can I? So the way we met Randy is, I think we were doing something.
We were at an open mic at the Gap in Florida.
Because I said, "Hey, let's go over to the Gap. I want to play a few songs open mic, right?" So I'm getting ready. Well, Randy goes up there, and here comes this big booming baritone voice, and picking that guitar thing. And I look at her and I said, "I don't want to go after him."
He did you'll see it in our episode, but he did a song. Actually, he did a couple. I'll say, wow.
Yeah. He could belt it out.
That's the Cowboy Way.
The Sunshine.
He did that one.
He's been playing since he was 16, It's just natural for him. He's got a really good song. He's a great songwriter.
Yeah.
Can really put feeling into the song. And just the little time that I've met him, he's been very influential on my guitar playing and lyrics and writing songs. He's really encouraging me to go that way,
Yeah.
And just a sweet disposition.
He's just a bundle of from my experience, I only spent a little over an hour with him, but I'm like, this is he's just a joy to be around.
Sincere. Once again, just connecting the dots and bridging the gap. I knew he would be awesome for your podcast because he's an amazing human. And I still have more names to give you as well than the ones we've already shared.
He just keeps doing that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if she runs out, I guarantee you she's working on something.
She'll get you got to get you something to go. So
now I'm actually looking at hiring an assistant.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna need it.
There's a few names thrown in the hat, girls. I'm keeping an eye on y'all, but so Third Coast Bookings at South actually was a second idea. It was kind of a follow-up idea. One of a family, it was Rick and Annie. So brother and sister that would come out to the open mics and the acoustic socials. They're songwriters. And so of course there's Corpus Christi Songwriters that's executive. There's a Rockport Songwriters. We already had Third Coast, which of course we're on the Third Coast.
And don't y'all have a festival?
Not yet.
Because must be a similar name.
Yeah, so there's a songwriter thing going on actually right now in Rockport, which is with Marcy Gray. She's doing a songwriters showcase type of thing. And she showcases one artist each month. But Rick and Annie came to me. They had been to
Florida.
Floribama, Nashville Songwriters Fest that they had been to. And Rick was insistent on wanting one here. Third Coast we have because, well, TC is my initials. And so that's where one thing, because it was my business, 51% my business.
Yeah.
But of course we're on the Third Coast. So my goal was, within talking to Rick and listening to their originals, Rick and Alan and Annie and Jim and Philip and Kelly, just all these original songs, Randy and Melissa. We want to have a Songwriters Fest, but I want to bring, more people down to the beach to sing. The Hill Country is awesome. I love Lukenbach. They pay way more money the further inland you go, it seems, than we can attain out here on the coast. But Rick really pushed. He said, "You're going to be the one who can pull this off. Let's do it." So I formed a nonprofit in January. President, vice president, secretary, and our parliamentarian, who Dr. Aller. He's a professor, lectured me on the way that I wrote the bylaws and tried to correct me, but I was right and he was wrong.
Something common. We'll pass over that.
So Rick and Annie Hoffel are the ones who kind of sparked the Third Coast Songwriters. And because of songwriters and open mic is where the bookings came from. So that's kind of leading into something a little sad. We haven't started the festival yet. I'll get the Rick Hoffel.
Tragically suffered it's hard for me.
That's okay.
A stroke.
Okay.
And he's in ICU, the Bay Area. It took everybody by surprise. He's fit, just love law enforcement. Sorry. So it just took us all by surprise. So we would just ask that everyone keep him in their prayers. Rick Hoffel, just a fabulous musician, storyteller, has been so influential in helping other musicians write songs. Even Carl Hayes, he helped him write one of the songs that now Carl has basically published and recorded. So just such a humble person. I'll even share. He helped me one day, just giving me a ride to Rockport, and of course, as high as gas is now, I tried to pay him for some gas to take me over there. And he looked at me and said, "Why are you trying to take my blessing away?" That's the kind of man he is, and so our hearts go out to the Hopeful family and just Rick, and we just want you to have a speedy recovery, and we love you. And it doesn't matter. He's always going to be part of Third Coast Songwriters.
That's for you, Rick.
Absolutely.
I'm determined to have that Songwriters Fest soon, and in Rick's honor, no matter what, whether he's writing songs for us or singing or just enjoying it.
Absolutely.
Thank
you for letting us do that.
Yeah, of course. And I just know from my own experience, because I used to work in Warm Springs Rehab on the top of Memorial, and we worked with a lot of stroke patients. So and that was, shoot, how long ago was that now? Almost 20 years. Mm-hmm. And I know the outcomes have improved even so much since then. So I'm confident, and especially with God's blessing, that he'll come through. So yeah, Rick, we're pulling for you. All right. I haven't met you, but I want to meet you. So you better get through this. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you so much for sharing all that. I want to do something fun before we close it.
Sure.
I want to do a little, those things I've seen on social media, little contests. So I'm gonna ask you a question, and then you point to who's probably the most likely to.
Okay.
All right. So who makes breakfast usually? Okay.
And she loves bacon.
Oh, there you go.
In the second air fryer.
Okay. Who's likely to get angry first?
I've made a comment several times. We're hardly ever cross.
Not with each other, but
No, not with each other.
Oh yeah, okay.
Who gets upset?
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
I scared him before.
So yeah, and I didn't know some of the verbiage could be possible on
the bet then.
Park Road
That's the bet than you.
361 from Fort A. I thought that was a nice drive.
Actually, it was driving down Ocean the first time.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. She scared me. you know, I had to turn down the volume there, but I think therapy for you when you're driving.
Yeah, you got to get it out.
Yeah.
All right.
Protects other people.
Who's the romantic here? I don't know. You're the one with her phone number still on the
Yeah.
fridge.
No, I love romance. You know, there's something about giving and saying just subtle things end up being big things,
Right.
just at the right time. So, and with her, all she has to do is look at me. You know,
All right.
and it's a song. You know.
Who's the worst driver?
Well, you know what? I'll say this. She's better at going forward. I'm better at going backwards. And we'll leave it at that. Yeah.
So funny story. I was going back to my kids and my sister. And I think my boys were like 4 and 5. And we were driving somewhere and they were, you know, Caitlin does this and Caitlin does that. Caitlin's the golden child. She's, you know, she is. She's mom's favorite. And
Love.
hi Kate, love you, but my youngest boy, Rigger, or was that cool? Shoot. One of the boys says, Mama, there's one thing you can do better than Caitlin. Oh, really? What, guys? Wreck cars. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it had been it, and I was good. I just totaled my little Bronco on the highlands the day after Easter.
But thank God everybody
Everybody was safe.
Yeah.
Everybody was good. Everybody walked away.
Yes.
All right. So, as people in the music industry, if there was one song that could sum you up as your theme song, let's say it's a movie about you, what would be the theme song for you, for each of you? Well, let's say individually first.
Okay.
Okay.
Emery, up from San Antonio, everything that I get is just what I've got.
That song sums you up.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I rodeoed most of my life.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I was just going to ask how's that reference? That's it. All right. So, and then you, what's your song?
Chris Jansen.
A little bit of both. Yeah. Yeah.
How does that one go?
Oh gosh. Basically, she goes to church, but so that she can get over the hangover from Saturday night.
Oh, I know what song you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I know what the song is.
Yeah. That goes
Picking
along.
up 6th Street.
Exactly. And then that kind of segues into I feel the sin coming on.
Oh. Okay. No. Yeah. Let's not bring the heat in here. It's a small room. It's going to get hot in here.
That's another Miranda. Well, it's Miranda and the Pistol.
Okay.
Thing that.
I don't know why that reminds me, but someone I've really started liking is Sophia Scott.
What does that sound?
She does like kind of like honky tonk, just beer drinking type songs. Yeah, yeah. Just one of those random songs that came up on Pandora, which I love. That's one reason I love Pandora. We'll just start. Yeah. Yeah.
Called Bella and Riley, You Look Like You Love Me.
Yeah, we sing that together.
But change it a little bit. I was like 42 at the time. California bar, you know?
Yeah. Wearing flip flops.
Yeah.
I think it was wearing flip flops. Best thing I ever saw in a pair of flip flops. That'll be.
Just but
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
That's good. Any last thing that you like to make sure people know about Third Coast bookings?
text message away.
Mm-hmm.
I will not answer a phone call.
Yeah, and it's about the musicians. It
I can
really
tell
is.
for sure. That's what I love.
And the venues, putting them together, and then finally, it's about the people that come to listen to good music,
Right.
and enjoy a good atmosphere at these venues,
Right.
and just promoting that family feeling, you know, and just having everybody just have a good time.
Sure.
Families, singles, couples, whatever. We want to make it to where musicians are bringing you what they feel in their songs.
Right.
That's what we want to be.
You just remind me there's something that I would love to have, because I think I love the synergy between us, because you're doing what you do. I'm doing what I do with the calendar. One thing that's been coming up a lot is obviously I can tell people are using the calendar just from all the messages I get. And one of the biggest requests I've been getting now that tells me people are looking at it is they would love for me to include the genre that not just
Okay.
where they're playing, but like blues or country or whatever. So we need to get that out to the venues too. So, and of course, you're an artist, and then that way I can add it on there. And for those of y'all that keep asking, can you put the times? There's so much already in that little one social media post. Just yeah, or go to the CC events calendar. Yeah, it's all on there. Don't be so lazy. It's one click. Sorry, that's my little vent there. You know. Uh, um. Anyway, so just first of all, thank you guys so much for joining me.
Thank you, Tony.
I'm sure we'll have you guys on a semi-regular basis, so you can give me updates, especially when the Third Coast Songwriters Festival comes on. I definitely want to have you guys back for that, and then hopefully maybe do something live or remote from the festival.
Oh, that'd be great.
So
yeah, promoting all the venues that are going to be supporting that.
Yeah, for sure. So what's your I'm going to have it on the caption for the episode too, but tell people where they can find you. Like, what are your handles?
So just Third Coast Bookings on Facebook, but third is with a number 3. Website should be about shut down because it was all wedding and I haven't had time for some reason to start the new website with all the booking information. And then just Tess Clark and Riptide Cowboy. Everyone keeps telling him they see him on Facebook, and he does such a great Facebook. And
yeah, she's my Facebook manager. She'll tell me sometimes, yeah, you made a comment. Oh, okay, well, thank you.
That's funny.
Made a post, yeah. So yeah, social media or shoot me a text message. I have no problem. We have business cards, my phone number, but if you call me, I'm not going to answer.
Right. And what would you like to say to your artists?
Keep on rocking them gigs, guys, and quit breaking strings.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And thank you to all the venues as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just keep on doing what you're doing. People love it, and they want to hear good music on the Third Coast, and just encourage everybody to continue what they're doing.
Sounds good. Thank you again so much for joining me, Tess and
Tony.
Jim, and with Third Coast Bookings, and of course also Riptide Cowboy. And this has been Music Connection. Sorry, we've got Nats in the studio. This has been Music Connection, brought to you by Prime IV Hydration. Many thanks to Chris and Evan. With them, they're the ones helping to provide this content for y'all. And of course, you can find this and more on the cceventscalendar.com. You can find us now just not only on Facebook and Instagram, but we just started our TikTok and it's blowing up. So follow us on there as well. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.